At least not in Negan's mind.
But Lenny, in the finale, Morgan told Ezekiel, "I'm stuck." What do you think he meant by that?
I think in the mindset that we find Morgan at the end of season 7 is a road he's walked down before, and he knows what's at the end of it, and he's desperately trying not to be that cray-cray Morgie anymore. Don't want to be cray-cray Morgie.
Yeah.
And
Hey guys, Q here. In this video, I'll be breaking down and analyzing the character Morgan from The Walking Dead, as we predict what to expect from him during the first half of Season 8. With that being said, warning of spoilers for everything in the show up to Season 8 Episode 1, and let's jump right into this. Now, ever since the back half of Season 7, there's been a lot of speculation on Morgan reverting back to crazy mode. Ever since Episode 713, Bury Me Here, Morgan has been going through great difficulties coping with losing Benjamin. This is because throughout the entire season, Morgan grew attached to Benjamin due to training him in Aikido, and since Benjamin seemed to be genuinely interested in Morgan's all life is precious belief. I have a full video discussing this along with predicting the potential fight scene between Jesus and Morgan during Season 8, so feel free to check that video out as well. Now, the death of Benjamin also brought the end of Morgan's pacifist lifestyle. Ever since, Morgan went off on his own with the motives of murdering every savior he came across, but Carol and Ezekiel end up finding him and talking him out of it during the Season 7 finale before he can really do any damage. Morgan felt the need to do this because he felt stuck in his emotional states between crazy Morgan and peaceful Morgan.
Do you seek to extinguish everything of who you were? I don't seek it, but I'm stuck.
It's not easy for someone to flip from one end of the spectrum to the other, as it's usually not good to be in the extreme, let alone go from one extreme to the other. The general consensus about life is that you really want to meet somewhere in the middle, but doing so seems practically impossible for Morgan. People normally try to control their life with moderation, as obsessing over one activity or goal usually has negative consequences as it can blind you from reality. Morgan went from being a psychopathic murderer to a humble monk, which obviously has not been mentally healthy for him. This bipolar switch in life perspective has proven to be a struggle for him since his return on the show. Now, I showed a clip of this at the beginning of the video already, but during the Talking Dead Season 8 preview special, Chris Hardwick asked Morgan's actor, Lenny James, about what Morgan meant when he told Ezekiel that he was stuck in the Season 7 finale. Lenny James explains that this is a road Morgan has gone down before, and that he's aware of what's at the end of it. He describes that apparently Morgan is trying to avoid becoming completely crazy, but it's nearly impossible to prevent it when he keeps completely flip-flopping his perspective of life.
In order to try and answer your question, I think he's in a situation whereby he doesn't know whether to go forward or go backwards, and he doesn't know whether to stand still, and he's genuinely stuck trying to live by a premise that he's set out, which is that all life is precious, and he doesn't quite know how to stick with that as being the core of his life in the middle of a war with people that he's now come to care about. It was a lot easier when he was on his own with a goat.
Right.
It's common for history to repeat itself along with people making the same mistakes. Although Morgan is going through a similar emotional arc right now, his situation and surroundings are very much different. He's not alone anymore. He has people to interact with and communities to protect. Morgan tried completely blocking out that crazy side of him, but that didn't get rid of it. It seems as though Morgan will have to face his demons during Season 8, as he may eventually go completely out of control, leading him into that fight in the woods with Jesus. Now, although Morgan seems to have himself under control again during the beginning of All Out War with Episode 801, it most likely won't last long. With that being said, we'll probably start seeing more serious signs of crazy Morgan again by the end of the first few battles in the season, probably episodes 3 to 5. I'm unsure if something else specific will set him off, or if just watching people getting killed in the war will be enough to traumatize him, so we'll just have to wait and see. Although Morgan did learn a lot from Eastman, he definitely portrayed to be more overconfident in his abilities than he actually was. We were all so hyped for the return of Morgan during the beginning of Season 6, but we almost felt underwhelmed by the reveal of what he's been up to, as he was only trained briefly by Eastman, and then he was sent off on his journey once again to reunite with Rick. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually really enjoyed the Kingdom episodes in Season 7 very much, regardless of the bottle episode format. Morgan is one of my favorite characters, and I honestly really enjoyed the storyline for him the past few seasons, but a lot of people were less than happy to sit through it. My point is that Morgan tried tackling a lot more than reasonably possible, and it just sorta came off as pretentious and stubborn. Also, at the end of the Season 8 preview special, Lenny James teased that Morgan will end up in a huge one-on-one fight during Season 8. Apparently, it will involve two very skilled men, as he describes it as monumental and iconic. Finally, he explains that it centers around Morgan's arc of getting unstuck.
Lenny, what are you most excited for fans to see of Morgan in Season 8?
There is a big one-on-one fight that Morgan has in Season 8 that I think is, and we hope is, kind of monumental. It's kind of iconic. It is well within the genre, and it's two guys with certain skills pitching them against each other. It's that, and just to see how Morgan gets unstuck.
So is this huge fight with Jesus or someone else? The first thought that pops into my head is Jesus, and that's because of the fighting scene that we witnessed between them out in the woods during the Comic-Con Season 8 trailer. Now I actually have a full discussion video breaking that down, but is that really what Lenny James is talking about here? It's possible that Jesus is just to throw us off, and that we'll actually see an epic battle between Morgan and one of the saviors, such as Gavin or Jared. People have been predicting that Morgan will end up killing Jared, as it would bring everything full circle and give Morgan his revenge, while realizing that not all people deserve to live for what they've done. Morgan has shown to be a huge moral compass on the show, reminding me a lot of Dale from the earlier parts of the show way back in Season 2 during Hershel's farm. And as we all know, being the moral compass of a show is just horrible, especially if you're in The Walking Dead. Let's just say that in Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead, about every moral compass that I can think of ends up getting killed off in one way or another, and it's almost become a cliche at this point. Circling back to Morgan though, yes, most people deserve a second chance to prove themselves, but most become very quick to pull the trigger in an apocalyptic situation like this. Considering Eastman rehabilitated him, Morgan does have a good point giving people the benefit of the doubt, like why he gave the wolf the benefit of the doubt, but even he should realize that there are lines you should not cross and that people need to be realistic with punishment. Let me know of your own Morgan predictions for the first half of Season 8, leave any predictions or theories in the comments section below. I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, or even subscribe for more Walking Dead content in the near future. If you'd like to take that extra step in helping support my videos, check out my Patreon where there's a bunch of different rewards involving the channel, such as the chance to directly influence the videos being produced. It isn't necessary by any means, but it can really help in the long run as some of these videos really do take a while to make. But as always, I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.
Don't want to be it! And I think he's
actually spoiling dialogue from the show.
This is actually my monologue.
Yeah.
Don't want to be Cray Cray Morgan!
And he's just writing cray cray on the wall, like clear. There's a cray cray.
Come back, Dwayne. And, oh, sorry. What?
Too soon? Too soon, yeah. Too soon for these people. It's all pretend.
But